Greetings, Ranger Geeks and Morphing Freaks. Welcome to the Morph-A-Mania podcast. It's time to recap and review another 3 episodes of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1 with us, the NWO of a children's show.
God. Yeah, we started out with 3. No, yeah, we started with 3.
For life. He's the secret member of the Wyatt Six. It's Humanoid.
Chad Gable got shot, and he was fine the next week.
I'm not dead. Yeah, he says he's not dead. Yes, he is.
What the fuck?
John Cena, torn bicep, 5 months. Chad Gable, shot in the head, worked next week.
Shot in the head!
Sir, I will not conversate with you until you can speak to me in a respectful tone.
What's worse, getting shot in the head or Triple H being crushed by on the pay-per-view?
The game's in that car!
And then the next day, he just wore a bandage on his head. He was crushed by his car.
He's the master of the hawk. It's the doif. That's what I forgot.
What did he say?
Just a fucking side thing for the fucking Chad Gable thing. Triple H on Pat McAfee's podcast legit had to be like, Chad Gable is alive and he wasn't shot.
No, Chad Gable is still alive.
Okay.
And it's me, Mighty Morphing Robert Stack. Robert Stack, of course, in everyone's favorite Steven Spielberg movie, 1941.
What a mess. What a goddamn mess.
I thought you were going to say Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Get the fuck out of here with your 1941.
1941.
Too many famous people are in that movie.
A lot, like Dan Aykroyd, fucking John Belushi, Christopher
John
Lee,
Candy.
Tim Matheson. I imagine someone like getting out of the first showing of 1941 and really hating it, and then just looking to his friend and going, Steven Spielberg, more like Seaman Spielberg.
Boy, if you don't get
Fucking Steven Spielberg.
Oh, and Slim Pickens. It also has Slim Pickens.
Hey, your favorite, Adam.
So, what 3 episodes are we covering today?
Today is Crystal of Nightmares, another one, and Reign of the Jellyfish.
And to flee or not to flee?
Yeah, to
That's
flee or
it.
not to flee is the middle one.
Yes.
I think I know why I suppressed that fucking episode.
We'll see. So we begin with season 1, episode 45. We are officially 3/4 of the way through the season, boys. Crystal of Nightmares.
It aired February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Bummer. 1994. And it was written by Shuki Levy and Douglas Sloan and directed by Robert Hughes.
Damn, Robert Hughes is on a streak.
So the episode opens up in Angel Grove High, and the gang all get together in the hallway as per usual. And the 2 girls are completely bummed because, we have a history exam coming up.
A science exam.
Science exam. Fucking high school. It's all the same to me.
Semantics!
So yeah, the 5 are going to get to, I want to say whose cabin, like whose uncle's nephew's
It was
cabin is it?
Billy's uncle's cabin.
Yeah, we were thinking we all should go up to my uncle's resort in the mountains.
I remember just seeing this bit where it's like, oh, we're going to go to my uncle's cabin in the woods, and there's a bunch of teens going there, and I just got Until Dawn flashbacks.
I thought of the Dead by Daylight, or no, Evil Dead. That's what I thought of.
Evil Dead, yeah, true.
It started giving me dark thoughts of what the Deadites would do to the 5, and then I just decided to move on.
Who is gonna get, by the tree?
Moving on!
Yeah, no, let's not.
Moving on! Shut up, Andreas! Moving on!
Shut it down! Shut it down!
Shut it down.
Abandoned ship! Abandoned ship!
Send John Tapper in. Shut it down.
As the 5 are fucking doing this, we have Bulk and Skulls sexually looking at, I want to say Billy here.
Oh God.
Then Principal Kaplan comes along and gives Bulk and Skulls report cards to them.
You know what these are?
Early birthday cards?
I did the double take at first because, like, are you handing it to them and not their parents?
What, you never got your report cards handed to you by your teacher or principal?
No, for some reason my parents always got it first.
Really?
It's like, yeah, and honestly, it kind of made me mad because I would have changed the grades.
That's kind of sad because I always got mine first.
How bad were your grades that you had to give them to your parents right away?
No comment. So as Principal Kaplan hands the report cards to Bulk and Skull, they immediately crumple them up.
Yeah, as soon as he walks away, he's like, not even just left. He can see you.
They also think at first that they're early birthday cards.
Why would their principal hand them birthday cards? And not just like a principal handing students birthday cards. Why would the principal hand the worst students in this fucking school birthday cards?
There's only one teacher in this entire school, and that's Mrs. Appleby.
But then we get Bulk and Skull spying on the gang, and Bulk, of course, with his scheme of the week.
We're gonna follow those geeks and let them do all the work for us.
It's basically saying, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to sneak into this cabin, and we're going to let them do all the work, and we are going to pay attention to them studying so we can get all the knowledge for the test,
So,
aka study.
yes, exactly.
So they're gonna learn through osmosis.
Literally, it's like the equivalent of watching one of those stupid like videos about the subject in school.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
It just reminds me of, for some reason, what was that? He was like the Aardman animation of that angry ginger kid. And like there was one short where he had a test, he had an essay he had to write, so he just went onto his computer and went to a website called I need someone to write me an essay right now.com. Literally the only thing the fucking website did was give his computer a virus.
While at Bandor Castle.
Nah, 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 nah.
I gotta mention this right away. I think Goldar is now like the crutch when it comes to the dialogue for Bandora Castle. As he's breaking down, the monster of the week will be with the Crystal of Nightmares as well. That's going to basically give the gang really bad dreams to mess them up for the test. All we get out of Rita is, that's good. It's not even a laugh. It's just, that's good. And then like cut to black.
That was a load of shit. I think they really are just using Goldar as the main plot device because his voice is too good.
I'm very flattered you think that, my friend.
So then we cut to the cab. 90s money must be nice.
I mean, inflation is a bitch, isn't it?
It really is. Like that. Like I can't even afford an apartment for God's sakes, let alone a fucking cabin. Anyway, we get them immediately wrapping up the studying and saying we're all good to go, and then they go for food, and then we get Jason wanting a burger. Trini wanting Chinese food, Kimberly wanting a salad. I can't remember what Billy wants, but then Zach just goes,
How about liver?
Brother,
What?
Kimberly just goes,
God,
yeah,
he said
no
that.
kidding. Who's excited for liver?
sorry, right at this moment, I have to point out that at 3 minutes and 3 seconds, Jason very emphatically asks for a big burger.
Your Jason voice kind of transformed from your usual Boston Tommy Wiseau to fucking Regis Philbin for some second.
I can't say burger in a Boston Tommy Wiseau voice.
I really want this burger.
It's a really good burger.
I want this big burger. That just turned into Elmer Fudd.
Be very,
Yeah.
very quiet. I'm hunting rangers.
Sorry, Malcolm, you forgot to mention that the Crystal of Nightmares destroys their confidence.
Yeah, I mentioned that. It would mess them up. Same,
you
same.
Not for the test, but destroy their confidence so that they can't fight them.
Oh, right. I forgot that whole them being rangers thing.
Could you imagine if Rita's whole plan was to just make them fail a science test?
Give it a few episodes. We might reach that plot. But then we get Bulk and Skull spying on them. And to be fair, I think that while they're gone in the cabin, they're probably going to steal their notes, which is still somewhat bullying. But still, you're stealing the notes so you can study them.
Yeah, they didn't want to write down the notes themselves, so they want to steal other people's notes, like the old-fashioned way.
They're too lazy.
And then Goldar, using Crystal of Nightmares, begins his mystic spell. And of course, we get US Goldar because he's got that fucking wide-ass grin, which I love so much.
Soon the world will shudder after I destroy the Power Rangers.
I have for this first appearance of this appearance of US Goldar because it's the first one I really noticed. American Goldar, stay away from me.
Wait, American Goldar, we got in the Green was evil when he fought
No, but
Jason.
this is the first time I really Look, I don't like to remember that fight. Fuck
Ah.
off.
The fucking lore we have now that your least favorite fucking episodes are the fucking most memorable and loved episodes of all. It's
No,
fucking
I like
hilarious.
Green. I didn't. Okay, look,
No,
I did not say I hated Green with Evil. However, fuck Jason versus Goldar. That's the stupidest bullshit I've ever seen. That's like everyone giving fucking Owen versus Brett at SummerSlam '94 5 stars. It's not fucking true.
Yeah, no, Owen versus Brett at SummerSlam. That's the occasion. You can go right fuck the right off. That was not a
Speaking
good
of
match.
Owen Hart's bob haircut, we get Bulk and Skull and Drag, of course.
Of course!
I gotta say, where Bulk, of course, just looks like Bulk in a dress or in a maid outfit, Skull kind of works.
I don't know why, but it does. It does.
Here's what I equated them both as. Bulk, to me, looks like Captain Quark in drag in the Ratchet and Clank series. Shows up in drag multiple occasions. Skull looks like Dr. Frankenfurter.
So what you're saying, Adam, is while looking for the notes, he's shivering with anticipation.
I was thinking like Skull looks more like the live version of what's her face from The Incredibles, like capes do not work, darling.
Edna Mode.
Edna Mode. Yeah, he looks like the live action version of Edna Mode.
He needs to lose like 5 feet in order to be like accurate, though.
No, you know what? I just realized. You know what he looks like? He looks like Freddie Mercury in the "I've Got to Be Free" music video.
I want to break free.
Like as the three guys come back, Bulk and Skull hide under the bed. And then first, as they get the 3 male rangers get comfortable, and fucking Zach decides to start dancing,
like open mouth dancing as well.
It's also like some of Zach's worst dancing in my opinion, but it fucking kills me because then Jason gets comfortable and looks like he's fucking getting ready for Zach to give him a lap dance.
He throws his shoes off and they land right next to Bulk and Skull, and then they both sniff his shoes.
Curiosity killed the dumbass, I guess.
Also,
yeah,
there was like a moment here where Billy takes a pillow and puts it between his legs, and I seriously thought he was gonna have a boner for some reason.
No!
Go to the Skull corner.
Stop looting Billy. He doesn't deserve it.
Not my fault he chose to do that, David Yost.
Go to the fucking Skull corner. So, who wants to take the next scene the boys do?
Pillow fight.
This is something like where the male writers were thinking, like, what do boys do when they're alone? What did we do when we were kids? I don't know, we played Atari, but that was the 70s and 80s. What do kids in the 90s do? Pillow fight? Let's do that.
Yeah, maybe in fucking Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Yeah, it's a really fucking deep cut. I love it.
Yeah, like Billy gets the pillow and Jason grabs it and... No, Billy throws it and then Jason throws his pillow and Zach gets 2 pillows and throws them around like nunchucks.
He dual wields the pillows like fucking Darth Maul.
Yes, and then all 3 of them start pillow fighting each other. It's like, what
Two
in
of the fates
fuck
cut
is
with
going
this
on?
fucking fight.
Yeah, they're like continuing their pillow fight, and Bulk and Skull are under the bed, like, and Skull puts his finger over Bulk's nose so he doesn't sneeze because he's allergic to dust. And then we come back to Goldar, who's watching the teens having a pillow fight.
Goldar likes to watch.
It's one of 2 things. Either Goldar likes to watch, or Goldar's probably the only like normal one, and then we begin the arc of Goldar becoming an alcoholic because he realizes what his life has become. And then of course the only 2 fucking normal rangers who should be pillow fighting are just like, oh, okay, I'm going to bed. We have a big test tomorrow. Good night, Trina. Good night, Kimberly.
It's really weird that the guys are pillow fighting and the girls are Bert and Ernieing it.
We fucking cut to all of the gang sleeping with shirtless Jason.
That's the one thing you find weird about that?
I don't know why.
Out of all the things, you find Jason sleeping without a shirt weird. You don't sleep without a shirt?
Well, I do, but like it's weird because like I don't know. I expected him to wear like a red tank top to bed.
It's somehow fan service for all the teenage girls that are watching.
I expected Billy to be the one shirtless.
Oh, quick side note about Billy. David Yost said that his original audition, he was supposed to be auditioning for Jason, but didn't get the part. He goes,
really?
One of the characters' names was Victor, and I I fit that breakdown. So I went and auditioned for the role of Victor, which eventually became Jason. So I originally auditioned for the role of Victor. I had 3 auditions for that character. But I could tell that the producers were going to cast somebody else, so I asked them to let me read for the role of Billy, and they told me no. You don't look like the part, you're not what we're thinking. And I said, I know I can do the role, will you please let me read for it? And they told me no again. And so I went in the bathroom and I wet my hair down and I borrowed somebody's glasses and I borrowed somebody's button-up shirt and I buttoned my shirt wrong. And I came back and I said, please let me read for the role of Billy. And then they said, okay. So then I read for Billy and then they brought me back. I had 5 more auditions for that role and eventually I got it.
Like, barely jack shit, you dumbasses. Why didn't you just let me put on some glasses?
Well done, David.
Well done, David. Yes. You're so handsome that you couldn't try and be Billy on your first try. You had to change your look.
You had to digivolve down.
So the gang slumbers peacefully for like 5 seconds until the blue filter on the screen comes in, the spooky lights come on, and the camera tilts, and that causes them to have bad nightmares.
I was going to say that the blue lights come on and the Undertaker comes into the room.
90s Undertaker with the mask, so worst Undertaker.
You mean Phantom of the Opera Taker?
That was a good Undertaker, was the mask.
Yeah, Phantom of the Opera Taker.
But this is where we get another clip show, but it goes by really fast.
This is a really mini clip show of all of the teenagers' worst nightmares. And Billy's nightmare is, of course, Freddy coming out of his skin because he looks exactly like the protagonist from Freddy's Revenge.
Normally, I would be mad about a clip show because fuck off.
This is a really small clip show.
They get it out of the way pretty quickly, and it has like some plot relevance. Like, I believe the episodes that cut to are like all the episodes where each specific ranger like sucks. But then I get really excited because then I gotta mention this again. Fucking Zach's nightmare is Happy Birthday, Zach, with the Black Knight again. Sorry, the Nasty Knight.
Billy's nightmare is, of course, Vor again.
God damn it. Stop talking about Vor when I don't know what it is, and you tell me not to look it up.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh, for God's sakes. It's a fetish when people eat people, like whole.
Ah.
Yes.
So cannibalism.
No, not really cannibalism. It's
the terror toad. Like when the terror toad is swallowing a ranger whole, that's Vor.
Ah, okay.
And then people get like pregnant for it. I don't understand the internet.
No, please abort.
I'm so confused.
No, I don't kink shame, except for Vor.
Except for Vor. And Scat.
Why?
Yeah, fuck Scat. Trini's nightmare is my favorite because it's just Trini and the rest of the Rangers being bukkakied by Goldar. But before we get to the last 3 nightmares, we have a special bonus segment in the middle.
Oh, the best part.
Vulcan Skull's nightmare.
It's morphin' time. Brachiosaurus! Dogosaurus! How do you drive this thing? Where's the gas? What's this? Taught you how to drive anyway! Nobody!
It's morphine time. I say morphine time because this fucking morphing sequence wants me, or is making me want to start taking fucking morphine. And we get the return of Super Skull and the Bulkamaniac?
The Bulkster.
The Bulkster, that's it.
Bulkamaniac is a lot better, though.
Come on, you're not happy that Bulk and Skull's ultimate dream is to be superheroes?
I am happy, actually, because, like, all joking aside, because this is another step in the redemption of Bulk and Skull, because, like, in their dreams, not in, like, their personal life yet, in their dreams, they want to be superheroes.
Yeah,
so
which means they want to be good.
Yeah.
So it's another step in the right direction. I can't wait for season 2 when we get more development in that, because I think this is one of the last, as far as I remember, that this is the last step in the first season of Bulk and Skull's development to good people.
Yeah, they jump into the Megazord and they try and work it.
And I want to say this is the first ever, like, U.S. appearance of the Megazord cockpit.
Yeah, because it's clearly cardboard and, like, very plastic.
And then we get the most hilarious footage of the Megazord being piloted by them. And then it's just like them rewinding the footage back and forth. But I just love, just out of nowhere, the Megazord like starts flying.
We're gonna crash!
he starts flying. And my favorite part is there's a callback to the bit in Green with Evil with the bus.
Mhm.
Where Bulk's like, "Where did you learn how to drive?" And then Skull said, "I didn't. How am I doing?" And then they trip and fall through a building. We get Kimberly's nightmare, which
It's like her being sucked into.
the return of Vagland. Then we get Jason's nightmare, which is actually my nightmare because it's another fucking rehash of Jason versus Goldar from Green with Evil in Bobbity spaceship.
Tell us how you really feel.
I already did. Go
Yes,
watch
you
the
did.
other episode, Marks.
Yep.
I feel like what would make me angry is if Tommy was still part of the group at this point, it would probably cut to him having a nightmare fighting the putties.
Yeah, really. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Just
Because
more
that's
putty
all
fighting.
he did during his first run.
Yeah, he
Was
constantly
just
fought
fight
Putty.
putties and then occasionally bring the Dragon Zord in.
But then we have another dream sequence where Zordon says, like, "Oh, you guys suck. You're no longer Rangers."
I have no choice but to strip you of your powers forever.
So says the big giant head.
So you cut to morning, and everybody's scared shitless because they have no more confidence.
Everyone's a pussy.
Yeah, they have no more confidence.
I feel like the only one who I actually believe lost their confidence was Billy because he had none throughout the first third of the show.
Yeah, Billy's
He
acting
had
like
none,
Billy
but he had
again.
none to begin with.
Billy's acting like Billy again, but 100 times
Yeah.
worse.
Meanwhile, at the
about
command center, fucking Zordon sees that the gang is wigging the fuck out, and it's like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? We need to fucking do something.
Zordon looks at Alpha and says, "Do something." And then Alpha calls the Rangers and says, "Do something." And then the Rangers both look at Bulk and Skull under the bed and say, "Do something."
And the Bulk and Skull are just,
They're still asleep.
Somehow they don't hear them sleeping.
even though they snore like me.
It's because they covered Bulk's nose.
I love this bit here because it's like they're too afraid to go to the command center because they're afraid of getting fired.
He's such a bitch.
Average job anxiety. Kimberly's like, "Nope, not doing it. I'm hanging up my communicator."
No way. I am hanging up my communicator.
So they teleport out of there,
Stupid.
and they go to the cave where there's a bunch of putties, and Kim goes like,
I need to go back to town, you guys, okay? So just let me know how it turns out, alright?
and all of a sudden there's a putty. So
Surprise, motherfucker.
Isn't this the cave from the episode where we first see it's
Uncle
the
Howard.
Uncle Howard or the death chick?
it's the same cave,
No, this
bro.
is the same cave with the net.
They use the same cave
Yeah.
all the time.
And we will see it again next season because I do remember of one scene. I won't say it, Andres. Don't worry. Shut the fuck up.
No, I didn't say anything. I just went, because I remember what it is.
I'm
No.
just sitting here in blissful ignorance.
I know what episode you're talking about. I'm just regretting it when it happens. Like, oh no, it's almost here.
Let's just say, Adam, when it happens, it might need for me to be in the same room with you because you're going to need a hug.
Duct tape. That's all I'm going to say. Duct tape.
Duct tape. Okay.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the other 5, if you know what I'm talking
duct
about.
tape. That's the exact same one. Duct tape.
Wait, it's in that one as oh my god, that episode sucks.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Duct
I
tape.
feel an unnerving sense to quit while I'm ahead.
No, you shouldn't.
Maybe.
So the putties gang up on them, and the Rangers not fight because they're scared and all.
And then
Yeah,
speaking of Adam's favorite episode, we get another fucking after Jason runs in, we get another Goldar Jason fight.
If you don't mind me taking this fight
Go ahead.
and just going through this fight with you. So,
ahead.
It starts off with Goldar and Jason just kind of moving around each other, and it's like, "Oh, you've been having bad dreams, Jason."
Are you having bad dreams, Jason?
Jason's just like, "All right, fuck off, you gold goon. I'm going to get you."
Oh my god.
God damn it.
We need to do that more often.
Yeah, we do. Just have Goldar and Jason shoot the shit on the podcast.
Jason, can you pass the joint?
Bitch. L plus ratio, Goldar.
So Goldar versus Jason. How is it?
Jason ducks and dives behind Goldar, who tries to swing at him, and then he kicks the Crystal of Nightmares and wins.
fucking roundhouse kicks that bitch too.
This is a 2-move fight, and that's why it's better than Green with Evil Jason versus Goldar.
Because it lasts 2 seconds and 2 moves.
Yes.
And then we get to the part where, like, when he breaks the thing, Zordon telepathically communicates with the Rangers for the first time, and I'm wondering, what the fuck? You can do that?
Power Rangers, you've destroyed the Crystal of Nightmares and broken Rita's spell.
I thought this
The
was
status quo
too.
has been maintained.
Like-
May the power protect you. Andreas, fuck yourself.
Like, if he could telepathically communicate with them the whole time, it's like, I was going to say, what was the point of the communicators? But then I forgot they're also their teleporters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I also remembered, how did they get teleported in the pilot?
Because Alpha kidnapped him from the juice bar. I mean,
Alpha
from Holy Alpha.
told them.
Why couldn't they just telepathically go, fucking Alpha, teleport us?
Well,
The
Because it's a one-way
communicators
well,
are
Alpha.
pointless.
Well, Alpha can't
It's a
just
one.
teleport
It's a
him in the
one-way
middle class.
It's a one-way telepathic connection. They can
Ah.
receive but can't send.
Okay, that does make sense.
They get their confidence
Fuck's
back,
sake.
and they go into fight mode instantly with the fight song in the background, which I love so much.
I still
You
think Go Green Ranger Go is my favorite.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
If you don't mind me indulging you for a moment, I just want to read a segment of the fight song lyrics.
Yep.
So this is a segment that plays every single time the song is played in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll come running to your side. We will protect you from your fright. All of us are on your side. We'll take them.
We'll take them.
We'll take them down.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah.
Fight. Fight.
You know,
Fight.
on paper,
Fist. Fist.
Fist, fist, fist. Fist, fist, fist.
Well, yeah,
Fist,
you.
fist,
Fist.
fist.
Fist. Fist.
Well, you
Fist.
reading that
Fist. Fist.
doesn't make sense.
The
but-
buttocks. Death by shake weight.
Wait. I also think they cut to like do they cut to like a park for the putty fight and then cut like back to the quarry?
No, they're still at the cave.
Okay, good. Or cave.
Yeah, they're still there.
Yeah, they go to a park. Billy teleports to a park out of nowhere.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And then immediately Scorpion is there. And she does something.
Cue morphing sequence.
And Q-Zord sequence. Again, I want to say this is the beginning of, or not beginning, the return of like Kimberly saying like unique piece of dialogue.
Let's give them a total nightmare.
The Zord sequence is pretty much instant.
Quick Megazord sequence.
It's we finally reached the point where they can just like get it done instantly.
By the power of editing.
Yeah. Through the power of exposition.
I will never get sick of the Zord sequence. Like it's just we're like so deep in at this point. Like we're 45 episodes deep in. I still haven't gotten sick of Zords combining.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't wait until we get to a point where we get a new Zord that like actually is like a unique transformation though. Because I will admit that the Megazord is kind of starting to grow long in the tooth for me.
Oh yeah, it's just season 1. Season 2, you have a better Zord sequence, Megazords and all that. We cut to Green was Evil footage with Goldar and Scorpino fighting the Megazord.
The final shot of the Megazord during Megazord fights, we will get like the shot of like the Megazord looking menacing, like he just stands there with like his thumb up his ass, just like, and then we can zoom in on his face.
And then we will get in one season, every time they beat somebody. That's a super mega win.
Oh, dear God, no!
Shut up. I know you didn't come up with that line, but I want to slap you for saying it. That's how much I hate that line.
Yeah, I know. Everybody hates that line.
It just turns me violent to whoever says it.
Yeah.
Even myself, if I fucking say it, I'm like, I deserve to be beaten.
Jesus.
You'll understand why when we get to that season.
Cut to Bandora Castle where we get IHawk, is this? Or IHaw?
This is the 16th I have a headache. And there's also something else in this sequence that I'd like to bring up. At 17 minutes and 45 seconds, Babu and Squat are on screen. Babu hits Squat a few times in the head, and then Squat says,
Stop knocking me, don't you realize that's
Squat abuse!
Oh my god, they have the best lines.
I'm telling you, they're the fucking goats.
That makes me think, wait, Squat abuse, is Squat a race? And if it is a race, like child abuse, like because children are a race in of themselves because they are awful when compared to everyone else.
True.
But and then like with the squat abuse, I'm just thinking, is Squat like what race is he? And it makes me think, if Squat is a race, why is he called Squat? Why did he name himself after his race? It's like naming a human.
Maybe he came to Rita one day and is like, my name is like some long and
Slim Shady,
incomprehensible name. Yes, his name is Slim Shady, but Rita's like, I'm gonna call you Squat because you're a squat.
I want to see a Squat rapping to an Eminem song.
So he's like Fez from that 70s show. Like, he gives them their like his full name, and they go like, "That's too much of a long name. We're just gonna call you Fez." Cut back to the cabin.
We do cut to the cabin first, where the actual maid comes in. The maid goes about cleaning the destroyed men's room because of all the pillow feathers.
She lets out a fucking like Samara Weaving banshee scream.
They climb out of the bed and she just screams, and then Bulk screams, and Skull just looks at them both like, "Why are you screaming like that?"
Look, what are you screaming about?
As if he doesn't know which one is Bulk. And then Bulk's like, "The test, you idiot! We have to go!" And then they both scream and run away, all while the maid is just looking at where they were, like she's just been scarred for life.
And she's holding her vacuum cleaner to her heart.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I don't know who this actress was, but like she did a good job. We cut back and Mr. Kaplan is in Miss Appleby's class saying, "Miss Appleby is sick today, so I'm going to hand out your grades."
I wonder how many times a principal actually like. Have you ever had a principal take over your class in like high school?
No.
Only if someone did something really bad.
What the hell happened to in your classroom for that to happen?
It didn't happen to me. It didn't happen to me. I only heard about it later.
Don't you put it in your mouth.
What the fuck, dude?
Go to the skull corner.
Kaplan's there, sitting there, waiting to be judged.
Get up here.
Principal Kaplan hands the goody goods all of their grades and says, "Congratulations, you all got A's," instead of being anonymous with everyone's grades like you should be.
Yeah, I know. It's like, the 5 of you. The rest of you, fuck off.
When Principal Catlin gets to Vulcan's skull. No, I said I said something there. I know it wasn't Kaplan.
Catlin.
Principal Catholic.
Principal Catholic, the weakness to fucking Damien. By the way, I had to tell someone about this. I found a comic called like Super Pope or like something like that.
What?
Yeah, I know. I can't remember what the name is, but it's basically like a superhero pope. But then when Principal Kaplan gets to fucking talking to Bulk and Skull about their grades, he writes what F stands for.
Forever.
Who's gonna bring this up?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Bulk and Skull got F's, big surprise. Kaplan asks what F stands for to the two, and then Bulk says fun, first of all. To be fair, SpongeBob probably taught him that one 5 years later. Skull says far out, and then Principal Kaplan goes up to the fucking board, and he writes forevex.
Looks like an X. I wrote this down too. Like, you're supposed to be a teacher, a fucking person in charge of teaching the youth. You don't spell it with an X. Everyone is so stupid in this episode. I've called like every single person in this episode stupid at least once.
Fucking forevex.
Is that a Brand X ripoff?
Forevex.
I assume it's actually Kaplan's DJ persona that he takes upon in weeknights.
Forevex. It's a no. It sounds like a no brand like laundry detergent.
And then, of course, he waves the chalkboard eraser around, and Bulk finally gets to sneeze, and there goes his toupee. Bulk's crippling dust allergy is really gonna fuck him in his later years. Dead. What a fucking crazy episode that was. Now we move on to season 1, episode 46. To boldly flee. I mean, excuse me. No, we're not covering that. Anyway, season 1, episode 46. To flee or not to flee? That is the question.
To flee or not to flee this fucking episode, because it's not a good one.
Really? I thought it was fine.
I thought you didn't like it for a reason.
There's one thing in this episode I really don't like.
And it aired February 15th, 1994, written by Douglas Sloan. And welcome back, our good old friend, Directed by Terrence H. Winkless.
Yay!
I was rewatching the episode today, and I saw that directing quote, and I was like, "Fuck!" So we begin at the Angel Grove Youth Center. Zach is an alms boy in Sweeney Todd because he's walking around asking people for donations to hashtag Save the Youth Center.
Save the Youth Center.
Because apparently it's going out of business.
Fuck you, Ernie. It's all your fault.
What could Ernie have done? Anyway.
Okay. I suppressed this episode for like the week we took in between watching it and then rewatching it, and I just remembered why fucking you guys hated Ernie so much for this episode.
Zach walks up to Kimberly, Billy, and Trini, who are all sitting at the juice bar, and Kimberly asks Billy how Ernie's books are doing. That was the first mistake that Ernie made. He never does his own books, and he gets a teenager to do it.
Well, if you want to get a teenager, get the smartest teenager, and that's Billy.
Billy basically says what everyone understands is that his...
From the looks of these reports, Ernie's last quarter operating expenses far exceeded his revenues.
Of course they are. Ernie keeps giving the goody goods free stuff.
And other people in the juice bar as well. Whenever he goes like, on the house, always does that. And he wonders why he's going out of business.
For fuck's sake, Ernie, you dug this hole yourself. Cut to Jason with a dog. Yeah, just a dog in the juice bar. And everyone's like, what's with the dog? And Jason's like, oh yeah, it followed me after school, yeah.
Bro, what the dog doing?
What the dog doing indeed. We cut back to the school, which by the way is out now. But unfortunately, Bulk and Skull are still there. They see a poster. They see a poster for finding this missing dog. It has a phone number on the bottom. I really wanted to try calling it, but I didn't want to get a spam virus.
Don't call a number from 1994.
Why not?
Wait, a spam virus is a thing?
I don't know. It probably is. Since I'm just speaking nonsense.
Well, no, that might actually make sense. Like, if you call a spam number, maybe that's why the fucking spam callers keep calling you. I gotta do my research.
It might be part of it. Anyway, this leads to Bulk's scheme of the week, which is, we want the money, we want the cash, we want the smoke. So we're going to find the Street Profits. No.
Before that, Skull's like reading the thing and he goes like, oh, genius beef. And the look on Bulk's face like, bro, what the hell's wrong with you?
There will be a genius beef for the person who finds...
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Sorry, did he say genius beef?
Yeah, he just said genius beef.
There will be a genius beef, the genius beef, the genius beef, the...
It was generous reward. Where did he get, like, generous genius? I understand generous versus genius. Where did he get beef from?
That's why Bulk was looking at him. It's like, what is wrong with you, man?
Like, Jesus.
90s phrases were so weird. Like, the one that always makes me a double take is when people go, cake.
Is it as stupid as funky down the drain, though?
No, you know what? Or no, it's almost as stupid as that, but still not as stupid as gag me with a spoon.
We cut to Bandora Castle after Bulk's scheme is to grab the dog so they can get the reward money.
Yeah.
Rita, and it's again more Goldar exposition where he basically explains that Rita is going to summon the fighting flea summon the fighting flea to make the Rangers itchy so that they can't fight.
I'll cast a spell to make the itch contagious and get them all.
I'm like, fuck off. So that's the plan, is the fighting flea is going to bite Jason, and then they're all going to be really itchy and not be able to fight them anymore. Fleas are an issue with me because, like, ugh. I just don't like fleas. They're just disgusting. And there's only one flea I actually like, and we'll get to that later. Jason and Kimberly resolve earlier to walk the dog, where everyone else is like going to like do other things to help Ernie, the guy who shouldn't deserve your help at this point. Yeah, Bulk and Skull are stalking them and have a bone on a string to catch the dog, which is great.
Bone on a string?
Just a rawhide bone on a string. Rita then shrinks the flea onto the dog.
When you talk about Rita, I gotta say there's Scorpion is there.
I sell propane.
Jason goes to pet the dog because the dog is making weird noises because there's a flea on him.
Ouch.
What?
The dog, conveniently after Jason is bit by the flea, runs to the rawhide bone. Bulk and Skull call it a flea bag and then catch it and then run away with it after Jason realizes, hey, where'd the dog go? What the dog doing?
What the dog doing in Jason's voice is like the most like Boston Jason thing. Like it's the line that works the most with your fucking voice for some reason.
You're welcome. They realize the dog is gone, and immediately Jason starts itching really badly.
For Kim or for the dog?
Shut up.
Fuck you. Jason is a very itchy man at this point. Meanwhile, at the command center, we're back at the command center, and we cut to Alpha scanning Jason's rash on his arm, and he says,
"That's one heavy-duty rash, dude."
Jason is like, how could this happen? Zordon then expositrizes, or whatever the fuck. He uses exposition to tell them that the fighting flea bit Jason, and his itch will be irresistible unless they like spray him with the green Windex.
Green with evil Windex.
It's literally a Windex bottle.
Yeah, they have a Windex bottle filled with Tommy's piss. So that's gonna reduce the itching and make the itching go away. But if he's ever in contact with the flea again, it'll make him itchy again. And he also very clearly explains that
not only will the itch spread all over Jason, but also to anyone who touches the rash.
Not if they touch Jason, if they touch the rash.
Remember that, kids? Remember that.
Everybody got that?
And Billy goes like, I'm going to make an antidote at home.
I'm going to take the data and alpha scanner back to my lab. Perhaps I can come up with a permanent antidote.
We cut back to Bulk and Skull at the park with the dog, and they have arrived at a phone booth. So he's going to call the owner of this dog to get the genius beef or whatever.
Genius beef. The
generous award. I don't know how Skull misread that as.
Yeah, I don't know either. The flea shows up at the phone booth and starts scaring Skull. And Skull's like, Bulk, you got to look at this. Bulk is like, what? This is not important. Skull's like, it really is. You should look at this. Bulk looks up and sees the flea. And then the flea says some bullshit. Bulk just goes, looks back at the phone and says,
"We'll call you back."
And then drops the phone and they both run away with the dog.
Like, this gives off the same energy as, I'm not finished with my ice cream yet. No, I'm finished.
By the way, I think now is a great time to mention that we have a new voice actor for the fighting flea.
Breaking news!
We will dip into Zordon's secret files and pull up the file on Rebecca Forstadt. Rebecca Forstadt, who is a voice actor that was born on the 16th of December, 1953 in Denver, Colorado. She's done a lot of voice work on anime, and a lot of her voice work for animated shows is very much the same as her voice is in this episode. I'm just going to come out and say it. I really dislike this voice. It's just really annoying, really high pitched. She's done a lot of voice work in video games and animes, including the Danganronpa series, Lucky Star, a bunch of other like interesting anime. She was in Akira. She was in Zatch Bell, Shin-Chan. She's been doing voice work since 1978. So that's how long she's been doing it. We can talk specifically about Power Rangers now and other tokusatsu themed projects because she's in others. Also, one last thing. She was in Dragon Ball, the original TV movie, which was not the original series, but like the retelling of Dragon Ball in like a weird Chinese sort of mythos thing, where she played Chaozu, but like Emperor Chaozu.
Oh,
like,
Dragon Ball Chaozu.
It was like the movie version of the like first few arcs, where instead of looking for the Dragon Balls, Chaozu's like looking for a doll that is his queen. On to tokusatsu themed things. This is her only appearance in Mighty Morphin. Any of the 3 seasons is this episode as the fighting flea. She was in season 1, episode 38 of Masked Rider.
Oh God, okay.
Where she played the Occusect.
I dread the day.
I dread the day when we eventually have to watch Masked Rider. She didn't do any more voice work on Power Rangers or other related things until Time Force, where she played the voice of a computer in the episode Future Unknown, which was the 10th episode of the season.
Shadow Winger prepared for departure.
Then her last appearance in Power Rangers, as far as I can tell here, is Power Rangers Wild Force, where she plays she actually does, I believe, a live action role, or she might be a voice. I don't know. As a newscaster in the 32nd episode of the series called Monitoring Earth.
This is the third major oil spill this year and looks to be the most damaging to the environment.
What an asshole!
So besides those few episodes of Power Rangers and Masked Rider, she hasn't really been in much tokusatsu. It's mostly video games and anime, but a lot of her voices are the same high-pitched, annoying BS. So it'll be cool to hear things that are not that. I'm sorry, Rebecca, but this is not good voice work.
To be fair, though, it is a flea she's doing, so it's got to be high-pitched.
I assume it's just her normal voice, but they pitched it up. But, like, you could have had more fun with that then. Because then, like, when she gets bigger later, spoiler, it's a monster that gets bigger, you could have just pitched her voice down and made it like a low-sounding voice, and it would have been funny. But no, it's the same annoying bullshit.
They actually do that for later seasons as well, for just the aesthetics.
Jason and Kim are walking through the junkyard, and I use that in quotation because they're walking in the park with a bunch of crap thrown in the way.
Yeah. Kimberly says he better not have gone into the junkyard, and I'm like, aren't you already in the junkyard?
Hope he doesn't go to the junkyard.
Like, what kind of junkyard? It's like there's tires, there's a barrel, there's boxes. Apparently there's a suitcase on top of a barrel.
And then after we get that bit, we cut to Breaking Billy. Willie, we need to cook.
Oh, wait, he's dead.
Damn it.
Also, Malcolm, you were wondering, like, what happened to the rad bug in the previous episode, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's in the junkyard. You see a random door there of a car and 4 tires.
No!
Not the rad bug. Yeah, Billy is making the antidote, and we see the label of it for a second. It's like Billy's P.O. something. I wish we knew what this actually said, because I tried looking for it. We cut back to Jason and Kimberly, and they are now in the junkyard and looking for the dog. Jason and Kimberly are accosted by the fighting flea, who makes Jason itch again really badly.
Jason!
Kimberly Sora's press been deactivated!
Kimberly touches him. I remember why I wrote this in my notes. So Kimberly and later Billy touch Jason, and I remember it was either me or someone while we were watching was like, wait, don't touch him. You're going to get itchy. They explain again that it only happens if they touch the rash. And that realization broke Andreas to the point where he had a nosebleed. I put there, Andreas bleeds because of logic. So,
Andreas has minor brain aneurysm.
It was so funny. You have to touch the rash, but you can't touch him. But it's on him. So it just literally broke me. To the point that my nose started bleeding. I had to walk away for like about 5 minutes. And you forgot to mention the Tasty Red Ranger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they talk about how the flea has a very specific taste for the Red Ranger. And I'm like, this canceled?
And one more thing before we go back to the dog. Jason or Kim that mentions...
You must hurry to the old junkyard behind Angel Grove Park.
Hold on. There's a junkyard behind the park?
A junkyard? I missed that. Junkyard behind the park?
Hold on.
Okay.
Why would you put a junkyard behind a park? Kids play in the park.
You need to teach the kids about tetanus, Andreas.
The hell is this? The junkyard from Fat Albert?
It made me question things. There's a junkyard behind the goddamn park.
We cut to the juice bar, and Zach and Trini have brought the dog. And now Ernie is now taking care of the dog as a responsible person. You know, he's not responsible with money, but he is responsible with human life. So at least there's something. Then the communicator goes off. And Zordon says, Zach, Trini, Jason and Kimberly are fighting the flea in the junkyard behind the park. You need to morph immediately. And then they literally just morph immediately in the middle of the juice bar while Ernie is right there. And that just broke me.
It's morphin' time.
Like,
he didn't even try.
Yeah, later seasons, like they're in the hallway of the school. You can clearly see students there, and they get a call from their mentor, Zordon, whoever it is. And then they go, it's morphing time, in front of everyone. I go like, fuck's sakes.
Fucking morons. Just revealed you broke the third rule. It's just stupid. Billy, Zach, and Trini all arrive, and Billy and Zach also touch Jason. Billy sprays Jason with the antidote, and Jason is suddenly better. And then they start to kind of, get ready to kick the fucking Flea's ass. And then a bunch of putties show up. And this is the first time I noticed that the super putties are like white, where the other putties are gray or black. This is a pretty standard fight sequence. There honestly isn't anything that I really found impressive or worth noting. It's just good. And the fight song is there, so that's always good. Then make the monster grow, and the flea grows, and unfortunately it keeps the same high-pitched bullshit, and it pisses me off even more.
And I gotta say something. Rita says, time to make the monster grow. Scorpina is still there. Be nothing.
Do you want to play a game?
As per usual. And then we get the Zord sequence, which is a full Zord sequence, not as Insta-Zord like last episode.
If you're going to shorten it, like at this point in the series, be consistent, for God's sakes.
Consistency is incredibly important for me. Then we get my favorite sequence of the episode, where they're both walking at each other. And, the fucking flea is doing a normal, like, sort of walk. But the fucking Megazord is strutting like he's in the fucking Staying Alive music video by the Bee Gees.
You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man. You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man.
Small sidebar, when I first heard that song, I could have sworn I heard it as you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a homeless man.
I just want to see an image of Barry Gibbs now fucking homeless on the street.
I'm a homeless man.
So I looked up homeless superhero, and the first person to come up was the Hulk.
He technically is. He's like...
That's so true.
Even I remember in this one comic, he befriends a homeless teenager, and unfortunately, like years later, this character legit dies of AIDS.
Only Jared Fogle can have those.
Yes.
Oh God.
Also, I want to point out in this Megazord sequence that before it actually becomes the Megazord, the tank Megazord fires its cannons. This is the last time the Megazord tank mode uses its cannons in the entire Mighty Morphin series. I looked it up on Ranger Wiki. It's in the trivia section. So this is the last time the Megazord tank mode uses its cannons in the entire series. So goodbye, Megazord tank mode. It's good that you were useful. Now you just have to wait for Titanus to show up because he's a friend.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Anyway, the Megazord kills the flea. Moving on. There's nothing else to talk about in that fight. We cut back to the juice bar, and Marilyn Monroe shows up. Dog's name is Pierre, and I'm like, what a shit name for a dog.
Wait, like, hold on. I know what his last name is. If you're curious,
Lafitte.
Pierre, because my bladder's empty. Thank you, Colin.
It took me a second. Like, Pierre is like such a shit name for a dog. We all know that like 3 top tier names for dogs, and those 3 names are Spot, Max, and Pal.
I legit thought you were gonna come up with like a really dumb like third one, like Eustace or something.
No, Pal, because that's the best dog in animated television history. Don't at me. That's Arthur's dog.
I am surprised. I'm also disappointed in you. I thought you were going to say Ruff.
Look, I can only praise Fetch with Ruff Ruffman so much.
You're all forgetting the best dog, the littlest hobo.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me.
What?
Okay, I age myself. No one knows that. Okay, moving on.
Anyway, Marilyn Monroe shows up and sees Pierre and is like, which one of you children rescued my dog? And then they all just look at each other and say, Ernie did it. I'm like, don't enable him. Marilyn Monroe walks up to Ernie and's like, here's a reward for rescuing my dog. And it's a check for like $10,000 or something.
Holy cow. This is a lot of money.
He's like, holy fuck, I can't take this lady.
I was like, yes, you can.
And she's like, yeah, you can. He gets enough money to save his youth center. And all of the kids are like congratulating him, saying, good things happen to good people, Ernie. And then Ernie immediately says,
how about some sodas and pizzas? It's on the house.
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
Fuck's sakes, Ernie!
Damn it, Ernie.
You learn nothing. Nothing.
This is like the kind of idiot that walks up to the fridge when he's angry, opens the fridge door, grabs the peanut butter, and just sniffs it angrily.
But God damn it, Ernie, come on, man. He also said drinks on the house for everybody, so not just the 5. It's
And I'm
everybody.
like, what the fuck, dude? Anyway, Bulk and Skull show up, and they're itchy, despite having no actual contact with the flea.
No, they did. It was on a dog.
No, but they didn't get bitten by the flea, so they're itchy. And Billy's like, should I give them the antidote? And Jason's like, nah, we should make them suffer a little bit because we're sick fucks like that. And they walk up to Bulk and Skull, and they're like, what do you want, fucks? And then Jason's like, yeah, you should actually be nice to us because then we'll give you your present. And then Bulk and Skull are like, what present? And then Billy's like, you want to stop itching? And then he gives them both flea collars. And they both stop itching and flop into the table. And then Billy says, all right, now just wear those for 1 week.
I don't know why Skull is pissed off because, let's be honest, Skull wearing a collar he can pull it off.
Pulls it off, yeah.
He's worn a collar, actually, before,
He's wearing
right?
a collar right now.
Yeah, I don't have a good way to make it dark at the end. Do you guys have anything?
Ernie gives out food to people again and goes out of business. Then becomes homeless and becomes the Hulk. Dun, 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 dun.
So that was an episode that was an emotional roller coaster. Surely the next episode will be a lot less chaotic than this one. So we move on with season 1, episode 47, Reign of the Jellyfish.
The episode air date aired February 16th, 1994, and was written by Stuart St. John and directed by, once again, Terrence H. Winkless.
So we open up with Miss Appleby back in the classroom, and she has a project saying, oh, we're going to have a time capsule. We're going to put a bunch of bullshit in this.
When she first had the sphere in the room, my first thought was she was going to say, we're going to shove Skull in this fucking sphere and roll him down a hill.
We're going to put this in. Put your most precious things of the 90s in here so the future can see how fucked up we are.
Showcase our lifestyle to a future generation.
Time capsule is such a stupid gimmick, by the way. Like, how many shows had the time capsule gimmick? Because I never did the time capsule thing when I was a kid in any of my schools.
Neither have I. Mrs. Appleby goes like, we're going to fill it up with bullshit and put it in the park for the future generation. Time Force. Wonder what they're going to think about this when they uncover this monstrosity.
They will be in the darkest timeline.
So Jason goes up and puts his karate trophy in for the future.
For people to know that I am the good boy.
Kimberly goes in, puts like her shirt or something, like cheerleader outfit.
No, it's just like some clothes because it might start a new fashion trend in the future.
Trend. Time Force has a really weird fashion trend. So does SPD. Mrs. Appleby goes like, hey, I'm going to put a picture of the Rangers while they're in battle shooting the power blaster. How'd you get that picture?
No, that's just a downsized version of the picture that they used for the banner in Doomsday for like the stage.
Meanwhile, at Mandora Castle.
Wait, Mandora?
What? No, I said Bandora.
I could have sworn you said Mandora, but then like my brain tricked myself for a second. I thought you said Mandela Castle.
Yes, Mandela Castle, where they make the Mandela catalog.
Oh, I was gonna say Rita Repulsa, played by Nelson Mandela.
Oh, God damn it!
That's like Mandela Castle. Rita's going like, well, shit, they're putting stuff in a capsule. I must be rubber too. I'm as
Nelson Mandela saying this shit.
Yeah. Rita's next plan to host a fucking rugby tournament for the Rangers versus Goldar.
No.
Oh my God. All right, so Rita is saying like, oh, they're building. Rita's saying like, oh, fuck them. They're putting stuff in it and not mentioning me. I'm hip, I'm wizard, I know the slang of the year. They should remember me. I'm fucking Reader. So
fucking Reader, you know?
Fucking Reader.
I just want... Is Barbara Goodson still alive?
Yes, yes.
I just want someone at a convention to go up to her and get her to say, I'm fucking Reader.
Okay, someone in our audience, go to Barbara Goodson and please do this for us.
Get a cameo from Barbara Goodson if she does cameos.
Oh my God, damn it.
Well, that derailed the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's get back on track.
Nope.
Are you good, Andreas? Oh God, we killed him.
My God, he's dead.
Oh no.
My mic is off. Oh God.
Oh, okay, good.
I laughed so hard the forehead touched
You laughed so hard you muted your mic.
You laughed so hard your mic died.
The reader says, like, Finster, we need to bring down the jellyfish warrior down there because you guys can capture the capsule and put my picture in there for the generations. So that's the plan for a reader. She wants to be noticed is what she wants.
She wants people to simp over her.
Cut back to Angel Grove High School. Zach is saying what he's going to put in there. It's a mixed CD. Erwin, that was a thing? Mixed CDs? No?
Kind of had a mixed CD when I was a kid, so I did kind of have that.
Billy goes up and I'm going to put this calculator thing in here. I don't know what it is.
Some technology that he came up with.
Greenie goes up and I was hoping she would put Mr. Tickle Sneezer in there, but it's a scroll from China, she said, or Japan.
Brought in today's newspapers, whoever opens the time capsule in the future can read about the events of the day.
Oh, no, it's Angel Grove Clarion. God damn, I'm racist. Never mind.
Yeah, you are racist.
It's Angel Grove newspaper from today. Why did
what the fuck? How?
Why did I think it was a scroll?
That's racist!
Dude, Andreas, you trying to tell us something?
No. Anyway, she puts in a newspaper from today's date. Not a scroll from ancient times. I don't know why. Hulk and Skull come in and they go like, wait, we gotta put something in there here as well.
For a sandwich, otherwise known as the bulk wheel.
And Mrs. Al will be going like, why? Why am I here?
With more great facials, as is per usual with her.
The bug goes like, hey, this is gonna be a great ass sandwich, forgetting that it's gonna rot and decay in that thing for like so many years. It's gonna smell.
They could encase it in something, that plastic stuff.
So Bulk and Skull like take out salami and a bunch of stuff, and like they start making this big sandwich.
This sandwich that would, by the way, both be something that I know Malcolm and I would do if we were to get together again in real life, but also this sandwich looks fucking disgusting. There's just too much condiment. Too much sauce.
I think it's too much mayonnaise and mustard. That's it. If it was like loaded with, if it was drowning in Franks.
When it gets to the point where the bread is wet because of the sauce, that's when you lose me.
So speaking of mayonnaise, Skull is like doing it like a gun, like squirt, 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 and gets it all over Bulk's face, and Bulk's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So we cut back to Pandora Castle. Goldar goes like, hey, we gotta continue with our queen's evil scheme here. Ha ha ha. Say it, Malcolm.
Sorry?
He wants you to say it in the Goldar voice.
It's Queen's evil scheme.
I was going to say it's honestly pretty close. He should have said Reader, though.
Reader's evil scheme.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I know. It's fucked. It's officially over. She's now forever Reader.
So we come back to the high school, and Kimberly and Trini are by the lockers talking about,
I wonder what the people in the future would think of us.
1,000 years in the future, peace and justice reign. The streets have been cleared of every criminal except one, then sick.
In the name of Time Force, I place you under arrest.
You don't know what you're up against.
Then they go over to where Zach, Billy, and Jason are walking with the capsule to go and bury it, and they go with them. So they cut to the park. They're about to bury it, and then putties show up, and we have this really weird song.
This is a song, by the way, I looked it up. The song is called Combat.
Usually they would put like the fight song over the putty fight, but this one is like tick-tock, and it kind of sounds, Because they go like tick-tock, tick-tock. I'm thinking Carrying Cross, what?
Oh god, not TikTok.
Not TikTok as a website, but the other TikTok, you know, the old-fashioned clock for all you youngins. Look it up. Google, grandfather clock.
Here's an excerpt from the song Combat, by the way. Combat. Combat. Now you see them. The plan is very clear. Find their weak spot and never show your fear. They think they're tough, but you've got a secret weapon. They don't know about your Ultrazord protection. And now you run and now they hide because you're on the winning side. Combat. Yeah, combat.
Okay, so I'm starting to realize that Ron Wasserman's songs only work when they're being sung, because otherwise they suffer from Jim Johnson's second verse syndrome.
Not every Warner and Wasserman song is gonna work. There's gotta be some bad ones. Also, part here where it's totally fucking with my head. Because, like, right before the putty fight, all of them are getting ready to dig, and we see Kim for a few seconds. And she's wearing an orange shirt. I don't know if it's just my eyes fucking with me, or it's the lighting. But she's wearing an orange shirt, and she gets her lone solo fight with one putty. It's a pink shirt, and I swear to God, it went from orange to pink.
Wow. Okay. Hey, by the way, a little fun fact about the combat song. I was just curious, so I looked up what episodes this song plays in. It's mostly songs from Mighty Morphin season 1 and 2, but after season 2, it doesn't show up for a while. It shows up in one episode of Zeo and one episode of Turbo, but only as instrumentals for those last two appearances.
So while the putties are fighting the Rangers, Bob and Squad are going to the time capsule.
Bob
want to put Reader's photo in there. They instead steal the thing. They walk away with it while the Rangers are fighting the putties. And then the putties go away, and Kim goes like, "Oh look, Bob and Squad are like running away with the time capsule, very slowly, if I might add."
Very slowly.
So Jason goes like,
"Think about it."
Bob and Squad goes like, "Uh-oh," and put it down and then disappear. What?
Yes, your plan worked perfectly, guys.
Jason goes like, "Why would they want a time capsule? What is Rita up to?" Cut to the Bandora Castle. Rita is mad, of course, and all of a sudden she's happy because Fincher's talking.
Next time I'll make hubcaps out of you.
Jellyfish monster is finally finished and has been sent to Earth as you commanded.
And Scorpina's there in the background, doing nothing.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Cut to the command center. Zordon goes like, "Hey, shit's going down, guys. You need to morph." Jason goes, "It's morphing time."
That's per usual.
The jellyfish is running rampant in downtown Angel Grove. Go to
Not
it.
the jellyfish.
So they're about to fight the jellyfish. The jellyfish says,
"Flattery will get you nowhere, little mastodon."
And Zach goes like, who are you talking? Who are you calling little mastodon? What?
Little?
By the way, the jellyfish is the glorious return of Richard Cancino. Previously was the Cardiatron.
Moving on up, moving right along.
His voice performance in this episode is much better.
The jellyfish blasts the Rangers and Mastodon down to the ground. And Jason goes like, "Oh, this is too much. We gotta run, guys. Let's run away!
Run away! Run away!
Run away! Run away! I'm really sorry. I completely missed something I really wanted to say. When Babu and Squad are stealing the time capsule to put Rita's photo in, they're looking through it and they pull out Kimberly's shirt. Babu says,
"Rita could certainly use some new clothes. Very grunge."
Oh, that's where that line came from. I forgot where that. I wrote down very grunge. What the hell does that mean?
very grunge.
And you've immediately dated this episode.
Just like the 90s Crimson Chin.
Meanwhile, at the command center, the Rangers are just standing there in their Rangers, looking awkward as hell, just standing there, not doing any kind of move. They don't do anything until like season 2, I believe, where they start doing what Jason David Frank called Ranger School, where you had to like move around in your Ranger suit when you're not doing anything, because it looks really dumb when you just stand there.
The standing by itself looks pretty stupid.
Jason goes like, "How did he penetrate our suits?"
She was shooting, nearly burned right through us.
And Jordan goes like, "I got you, fam. Put on this toxic spray." Alpha just turns around.
Never say "got you, fam" as Zordon ever again.
Nope. Okay.
Did I fucking...
That's like saying that's like Zordon saying, "Oh, Rita has minus 1 million L aura."
Yeah.
What a low Rizless wench.
Alright, so Alpha turns around, puts on the toxic spray on him. Zach, being the little Mastodon, is all happy about it. "Hey, we're back."
A dinosaur story.
So the Rangers go back to the fight. Putties are there, and the Ranger goes like, "Let's do this." They start fighting the putties again. Jellyfish like sprays a toxic spray on the bench, and the bench melts. I'm going like, "God damn, that kind of spray." And Jason goes one-on-one with the jellyfish, and the jellyfish brings out his umbrella to spar with him. Okay.
Oh yeah, they all just job to an umbrella.
Who the fuck are they fighting? Gentleman Jack Gallagher?
Yes.
Wow, I did not think you were gonna bring that up.
Is that just that superfluous of a reference, or is there something?
No, because I repressed Gentleman Jack Gallagher.
Oh, right. I think so did I.
Umbrella wins the sword fight, and Jason goes down, and the Ranger's going towards him. And the jellyfish says, I'm sending you to my home. Time to go home.
Time to go home, Holmes.
And the jellyfish sends him to his own dimension, which is his home. And Alpha goes like, "Oh, we can't find him. And Jordan goes like, well, obviously they're in a different dimension, dumbass. Come on.
Find them, idiot.
Find them. So the Rangers fight the jellyfish in a jelly world. Billy goes like, hey, little mastodon, shoot the fucker. Zach shoots him with his power cannon, and they get out of the jelly world.
Why does that just remind me of the bit in Raiders of the Lost Ark where that one guy does the really long sword routine and then Indy just shoots him?
So they get out of a jelly world, and for some reason the jellyfish monster pops up on some random road, and the Rangers are in a park somewhere. So yeah, Reader goes like, make this jellyfish grow. And the jellyfish grows. Cue Zord sequence! We have the Zords individually, like not individually, but the Triceratops and Saber-Tooth Tiger both use weapons against the jellyfish.
And we get a shot of the jellyfish's ass.
Great ass!
I don't know if it's in the Megazord sequence or if it's in the fight beforehand, but there's a bit where we just get a shot of the jellyfish's fucking cheeks.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, damn, jellyfish is caked up.
The jellyfish is made of jelly in all the right places.
Great ass. You want to get right up in it.
So this is like a Megazord fight where like the Megazord's punching a lot. Did we mention this before?
Yeah, a lot of punch.
It doesn't go straight to the power sword.
Yeah, actual punches.
And the jellyfish phases in and out because like he's dodging and weaving.
Yeah, because he's a jellyfish.
And then finally Jason goes like, you know what, fuck this. Bring on the goddamn power sword. He comes down and he's about to strike him, and Jellyfish goes like, nope, not today, bitch, and grabs the sword. Megazord throws the jellyfish while clinging onto the sword, and then Jason goes like, okay, now it's stabby time. And they finally do it, and Jellyfish dies. The end.
Yeah, jellyfish fucking dies.
See Reader again. She goes like, oh, I got a headache. Another one.
Yeah, that was number 17.
I also want to say this is the second to last I have a headache, at least for the first season.
So cut back to the youth center. Ernie's giving the goody goods, like, I believe, water and popcorns. And I'm going, are they paying for that, Ernie?
5 cold sodas after a hard day's work.
Thanks. And then Bulk and Skull come in with Bulk, which finally done, and it looks really good to eat, but also disgusting at the same time.
Not that way, numbskull, this way!
Oversauce.
Very oversauce.
And they go like, oh, we're ready to put the Bulk Wish inside the time capsule. Let's go. And then Jason goes like, sorry, guys. It's already been buried. And Bulk goes like, what? And drops the sandwich all over themselves. And like Skull picks up a piece of bread and goes like, hey, you can have this, and starts fighting Bulk with it for some reason. And the Rangers are laughing. Bulk and Skull go away. And then we get Jason's speech about like,
I hope that the people who open this time capsule in the future live in a peaceful and friendly world.
With no hatred.
No prejudice.
No crime.
And no wars.
But genetic perfection was finally achieved the year 3000. Every baby born would have perfect DNA. But science is a mysterious thing. Their nightmare. A mutant was born. I was shunned by everyone who saw me, an outcast.
We managed to get that far with Adam watching Power Rangers. I think that's going to be your favorite season.
Is Time Force?
Because it's basically just Time Ranger.
To be fair, Time Ranger is okay.
gang all agree and say, yeah, I hope the time capsule does great. And we'll never hear about racism ever again. Rancic then gets born.
Little did we know that Skull's actual contribution to the time capsule was Billy's bones. Sorry, Willie's bones.
Willie's bones. Because he decided to hide the evidence because he has officially quit killing for good. After season 1, he gives up killing because they decide to become good people.
Question mark.
Da, 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 da.
Anyway, those were the 3 episodes we did today.
Final thoughts?
This was a blast.
How do they keep being good? I've only ever had a problem with one episode in this entire series so far, and that was for obvious reasons.
Yeah, the environmental message.
We're at the point now where we're almost done the season. They just keep throwing out banger after banger after burger.
After banger after burger after burger.
He's
back!
Crystal of Nightmares was very fun. It was very enjoyable. And like on the whole of it, I think the plot was very decently thought through. There wasn't a lot of logic loops or plot holes or anything, and it went pretty well. Then the Flea episode happened, and it was still very fun, but for very different reasons than Crystal of Nightmares, because there was a huge amount of plot holes and logic loops. There was just a lot of fun stuff, and really the only thing I didn't like in this episode, yeah, as a whole, was the fucking flea voice. And honestly, like, just ugh. And then the jellyfish episode, like, I didn't have a lot to talk about, honestly, because like it just seemed, I didn't realize there was so many layers in it because we were kind of like talking and I was making notes for half of it, and it's like I wasn't really paying attention. But then you just bring up a bunch of crazy shit that shows up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because like I noticed these things.
Yeah.
I go like, what the hell, man?
It's to the point now where I don't know if I can actually name one of these my favorite episode that we've done, because a lot of these episodes are just really good fun filler. So I don't know if I can actually pick this was my favorite block of episodes to cover. And I think I'm glad that we're at that point, because like I realize now I actually do enjoy this. So
Yeah, it took a while,
that's
but
cool.
we finally got you into this.
You're a Power Rangers fan now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Through thick
I
and
know.
thin, even though you got to go
One
through a
of us. One of us.
Yeah.
Google
And I'll get
gobble.
to
One of us.
and I'll get to Mega Force, and I'll feel like, why am I here?
And Mystic Force.
Yeah, no. I feel like you're going to
Anyway.
get to that point sooner than you think.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
yeah, if we keep going the way we're going. Anyway, next final thoughts.
So my thoughts, Crystal of Nightmares. For a little short clip show, it didn't bother me as much as the other clip shows, because I really can't stand clip shows because they take a majority of the time. With time-wise, I go like, oh, just get on with it. But other than that, like them studying and having no confidence at all was a pretty cool idea. I enjoyed it. To flee or not to flee, one thing that bothered me was like Ernie. Like, this dude has been giving out free food the whole season, and he doesn't learn his lesson at all. Like, hey, I got this check. Like, what do I do with it? I know. Free drinks and pizza for everybody. God damn it, Ernie.
Fucking Ernie.
Oh, yeah. Not to flee also made me bleed. That shouldn't be a
Which
thing.
was fun.
That shouldn't be a thing.
You say that, but we'll get to the point where it happens again.
Reign of the jellyfish. I just covered it and I don't remember much of it except for the jellyfish. There's some funny things, but I don't really remember much of it. But I enjoyed this block of episodes. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I gotta say, the first time I watched these episodes, I just saw them as every other filler, but coming up with so many notes specifically for Crystal of Nightmares, I think this is just another amazing fucking filler just to laugh my ass off. Wasn't the biggest fan of the flea episode, but I did enjoy all the flips and shit that Jason did when being bit by the flea, so that somewhat saved it for me, dying of laughter on my own. Blanking on the third episode, Reign of the Jellyfish, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I said the exact same thing.
Yeah, I know, I blanked on it. Honestly, it's pretty good. I gotta say, these are just more good, solid filler.
And with that, we ended with those episodes, and we're going to come back later on with a certain somebody returning full time.
Seems like Cybertron didn't go the way he wanted it to.
Oh, fuck.
We'll get into that when we get to that.
Until then,
I've been the Dead Troob, and I just have to say that I'm so fucking happy that Mario and Luigi's coming back.
I'm the humanoid, and fucking Ernie. God damn it, Ernie. Blurn.
And I am the Doif. I speak for the trees, and may the power protect all those in need and you.
And remember, duct tape is coming soon. Bye!